In this video I'm going to show you guys every single thing I went through with this 2017 Ferrari California T I bought from Copart, and it is finally complete 100%. So I thought to make a video and show you guys every single thing I went through to have it complete 100%. So stay tuned for that, and let's jump right in the video and tell you guys everything I had to go through on fixing this thing 100%. So let's jump right in the video with a cold start. Let's dive in with a cold start on this car, because honestly for a 3.9 liter V8 this car sounds pretty amazing. Honestly, it's pretty nice, the sound. Now it's not as loud as some V10s or some other V8 Ferraris, but considering a 3.9 liter, it sounds pretty amazing, and it is bone stock, this one. And honestly, it's a pretty hot day today here in California, so but in the mornings it's way louder than this. And oh, I forgot, it's in comfort mode too, so usually on sport it's slightly louder than this. And I also love when I put in reverse this car, it has a really unique tone when you press the button, because it doesn't move so easily. Some of the cars when you put in reverse they start moving right away. This one you kind of have to press the gas pedal to start moving, but has a unique sound when you put it on reverse, this one. So it's a warm day, so it doesn't take long to warm up. I'm gonna pull it out a little bit because it's a little bit under this shed, and it is a little bit dark right here. So, and also let's go ahead and do a convertible, probably better. And it's fairly quick, to be honest. I forgot the windows, they go up. But yeah, look at that, absolutely incredible. I have 0 dash lights, I have the parking brake, the lights. And also another thing about this car, every single time I turn it on, the engine light takes a bit of time to go away. So every time it's just like I'm waiting and waiting till it goes away. It's a little bit scary every single time I turn on this car. But let's put in reverse and go in the other side. Oh my god, it's really unique, the sound of this car. I mean, again, it's not as loud as some other Ferraris, but honestly it sounds pretty amazing. Alright everyone, here it is, a 2017 Ferrari California T, and it is 100% finished, as you can see. No more dash lights, no more scratches, no more nothing. It is 100% complete. And in this video I'm going to share every single thing I had to go through, everything I have learned, and all the mistakes I did on rebuilding and buying parts for this car. So if you're planning on rebuilding a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, stick around and I'll share all my story where I had to go through and completing this thing 100%. First of all, let's start with my number one mistake I did with this car, which is buying brand new parts from Italy. Not only they're more expensive, but they also take a lot of time to get back here in United States. So I do not recommend to do that, and I'm going to tell you guys a place where you can look for parts for supercars, basically. After I even bought 4 parts from Italy, they cost me literally a lot of money, and they got back here in United States, and I still was missing more parts for this one. So I was looking online and came across of this place in Sacramento. It's called Exotic Auto Recycling, and they sell for every single supercar parts. And honestly, I cannot tell you how happy I've been with them, because not only everything I looked for, they had it, and they deliver it literally in like 3-4 days. It was pretty amazing. The customer service, literally like 10 out of 10. My experience with them on everything. So check them out if you're looking for a supercar parts, and honestly they sell for half price too. So really like amazing quality products and service as well. But anyway, after that, so that was my number one mistake, buying brand new parts, because again this was crashed and it is still have a salvage title, so it's not necessarily to put brand new parts, to be honest, because even these other parts they buy, they're literally second hand and barely used, because there are a lot of cars crashed in one side, they sell from the other side parts, so you don't really need to buy brand new parts. But anyway, that was my number one mistake. Second stuff I also learned, Ferrari dealerships, or at least here in LA, I don't know some other states, but they don't deal with salvage cars. They don't even want to repair it. I've been to few dealerships, they really don't want to touch crashed cars, and that's another thing I didn't know, to be honest, because every other brand, if they're crashed and you bring it to them, as long as you pay, they'll take on the project, at least most of them, if that makes sense. But again, not only they charge crazy prices, to be honest, I'm not sure, but I think they charge really crazy amount of money. I'm not sure 100% how much, but it's literally absurd, doesn't make sense. And when I saw the car, when I purchased it, literally mostly the damage was literally right here. So it didn't look that bad, even though the wheel was missing off. Was the damage also the back wheel and the rotor too. So anyway, let's get back to the parts what I had to buy for this car or the damage. If you haven't seen my other videos, feel free to pause this one, or after this one you check them out too. So what I had to buy was this wheel, the back wheel, both rotors of this side. I had to buy the lower and upper control arm, and also I had to buy the fender liner, the bumper. Luckily the grill wasn't damaged because that's really expensive. And yeah, that's about it. But not only that, when I got everything I put it together, the car still wasn't running. I couldn't turn this thing on, and I cannot tell you guys how many times I have tried to turn this car on. Like literally I was about to give up. But also make sure if you're rebuilding a salvage car, make sure everywhere it's connected, because sometimes the doors or the headlight, if it's not everything connected, sometimes the car won't turn on. And for me, luckily, was a wire underneath here wasn't connected properly, and I still don't know to this day what was serving for, but I connected that one and the car literally turned like nothing, like right on the spot. And you cannot believe the happiness I had in my face. I don't have a video, unfortunately, of me turning on, because I was trying so many times to turn this thing on, and I wasn't filming anymore because I didn't know what's gonna turn on anymore this car. But luckily for me, I managed to turn this thing on. I fixed mostly everything, except I couldn't finish this thing completely, just for two things. One, I was having the ABS light and the roll over bar right here. I had both because that was deployed, because I think the previous owner who had this car had it convertible while he was doing donuts. So the roll bar was basically gone, so I had to replace that, and the ABS light, I couldn't figure that one too. So these are the only two things I couldn't complete this thing 100%. But let's get back to the inside a little bit and show you guys a few things at least I did for myself, because the Ferrari manual owner, the Ferrari manual says not to do many things in this car, and actually I went through against everything what the Ferrari says. Basically, there are a bunch of fuses right here and connectors. They're also right here in the middle, and the other side, the passenger side, and right there it's a airbag module, which I reset it to very cheap. Also another location I found here in LA for I think I paid $70 to reset that. It was an hour and a half drive, but very cheap to do it. And I was connecting and disconnecting every single thing, even though the book for the manual says not to do that kind of stuff, but I did it. There is not much videos of this car also, like showing you like the stuff can go wrong with this car, but I honestly was just so fed up because it wasn't turning on, and I unplugged it and plugged it in, every single thing. And luckily for me, sometimes they'll show up in the dash like bunch of lights, even more sometimes, but after 5 to 10 minutes they'll all go away. So don't worry about that, at least in my experience. I don't recommend doing that. If you do it at your own risk, but at least I'm trying to explain what I did to this car to complete it. And also for the hardtop, it wasn't going up and down too, so it's another lock here in the back on the trunk where you leave that, and it's a special key or tool. It is here in the back, and you twist that and releases the emergency lock, I think. I'm not sure how to explain that in a proper English, but yeah, so I was worried a little bit about that too, because wasn't working the hard top as well, but after you twist that, literally that thing works perfectly fine. Inside, honestly, except this airbag was deployed right here. I bought the airbag for I think 550. The airbag was from a 2011. It's the same thing from a 2011 Ferrari California. The only thing it changes is the bracket only, so don't feel scared on buying some older ones, because it still reads it, and it is connected to the car perfectly. And also costed me close to $600 on repairing this part alone of the leather. Now the only thing is it doesn't have the mark right here for the SRS, I think, for the airbag, I think, or right here, I'm not sure, but somewhere it's kind of pressed, but not in this one. The quality of work, it's absolutely like almost original, and you cannot even notice it. It's one, the airbag stitching somewhere here, it's not in this one. So other than that, honestly, it looked like original. He did an amazing work. I think I paid close to $600 just for this little piece right here. And inside, nothing else was deployed, nothing else was wrong. I love the interior, it looks absolutely beautiful. And outside, also in the back wheel too. So this is a new rim. I bought the previous one was literally had a scratch in here, so I thought I'll just be fixing that. I paid $200 to, or $3, I'm not sure 100%, to repair that, but still the wheel was bent, so every time we'll drive, I'll like kind of shake the car. So I had to buy a brand new wheel, brand new rotor, and those are really expensive. And also on the front, again, bought the brand new bumper, bought the wheel, bought the rotor, the upper and lower control arm again, and that's about it, honestly. Let's open the hood and show you quickly as well few things I had to go through in there as well, because literally like this engine, it's beautiful to see. And look at that, how beautiful it is. This was broken, and I'll show you guys a little something. This was broken right here and right here. Honestly, on camera you have to really zoom in and to understand the stuff, but I managed to repair this in my own. It wasn't too expensive, to be honest. It was $110 to buy it at the dealer. So I wanted to buy a brand new one, but I had to wait for a long time. So I went and fixed this one with my cousin. And honestly, you cannot even notice it unless you really get close, because once you wash it and it wouldn't even notice. For someone like who doesn't know, they won't even notice, but for me, I repaired it, I know. And the headlight as well was a small crack. I repaired it with Gorilla Glue. Honestly, it works absolutely fine. No water goes inside or anything. So that was about it on this one. Other than that, honestly, this car has now about 22,700 miles, somewhere there, and literally drives like a brand new car, honestly. Like, look at that. I love this car so much now. I never liked this car, to be honest, as much as I do now, because I got to spend some time on driving it and learning a lot about this car. But I don't think the camera and pictures does justice how really good of a car it is for how much money this car costs nowadays. Now on the next video, I'm going to show you guys and tell you guys every single thing it costed me, or how much I paid to complete this 100%. So feel free to subscribe, because on the next video I'm going to tell you guys every single thing I had to spend on completing this thing 100%. Anyway, other than that, if you guys have any other question about this car I had to go through personally, feel free, because I have learned a lot now. It's not coming up in my head like what every single thing like I had to go through, but other than those things, kind of unplugging and plugging everything and checking all the fuses, I can't remember right now. And the only two things I couldn't finish by myself was the ABS light and the roll bar safety one in the back. Even though honestly it didn't look that bad, I think I paid $3,500 for that to the mechanic, and I think $3,000 for the ABS to be replaced, ABS module. I'm not sure what he really change it, even though it is in my receipt. I can't remember right now, but I paid $6,500 just for that, for those two things to be on. And the mechanic told me after these cars they sit for a while, sometime the light will show up on the dash. But other than that, like, let's jump in and show you guys. There is no more dash lights in this car, because when I bought it was full of lights. Honestly, I couldn't name how many lights I had, and this car sounds pretty amazing. Look at that. And now another crazy thing is, every single time I turn on the car, the engine light takes a little bit of a time to go away, and that scares me every single time I turn this car on, because now I know how much parts cost. So other than that, like, I don't know, this car, let's jump right outside and show you guys with the lights a little bit. No, they're not yet on, so let's turn them on quickly, so you guys can just get an idea. Look at that. Such a beautiful car. Honestly, like, I fell in love with this car so much after spending time and driving it. It's such a beautiful car, honestly. It turns head everywhere you go. I love the front end and the back, the side. It's just a beautiful car. Again, the camera doesn't do justice, so you should totally check it out or rent it for a day or two, because honestly, I'll change your mind how special truly this car is. Anyway, if you guys have any other questions about this car, or if you have any question on rebuilding a Ferrari, because I think now after rebuilding this one, I think should be a lot easier for me on rebuilding the second one. So this one is going to be for sale, and the only reason I'm trying to sell it is, one, I have a dealership, I'm trying to do it as a business, and two, I want to rebuild a V12. Never owned a V12 in my life, so if I get to sell this, I'm going to buy a V12 or a V10 Lamborghini. I'm not sure, to be honest, but again, there is a lot of stuff and things I have to share with you about this car, but so far I cannot complain how well everything went for me, and I'm so happy with the prices I paid for everything for this car. So on the next video I'll be sharing every single thing I paid for this one. So make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video, and again, if you guys have any other question, feel free to comment down below with everything, and I'll make sure to respond to all of you. Anyway, thank you again, and I'll see you guys on the next video with everything I had to pay on completing this car 100%. Peace.